human society as a whole is more collaborative, and when you start collaborating with people versus competing with people, you grow faster overall.
Welcome to the Immigrant Doctor Podcast, a podcast for financially focused immigrant physicians and other medical professionals looking to learn investing in the U.S. market and achieving financial freedom. Join Avishkar, the Immigrant Doctor, as he talks to high achievers and go-getters who unravel their journeys, hardships, and successes, helping you to get your financial freedom. To learn more, go to theimmigrantdoctor.com.
Hi everyone, welcome to the very first episode of the Immigrant Doctor Podcast. I want to start off by introducing myself to you and telling you a bit about my background and how I came into the world of real estate and passive investing. So, I'm a physician from India, and my parents are physicians there as well. All my life, I have seen them, working long hours, spending a lot of time and having little time to spend with us, me and my brother. And for the longest time, I thought that was the way you live life. You work hard and you enjoy a little bit of time here and there. What I realized was that, there are other ways of gaining back your time. And this realization came actually after I moved to the US. I figured that there were so many other people around me who were actually able to spend a lot more time with their families and not necessarily having to spend that time at work. Now, this is not to say that somebody should shy away from work. I'm just saying that, there are ways of working smarter and making making money work for you. I explored this concept further, and the first thing obviously everybody comes across is stock market, right? Stock market, mutual funds. That's the easiest way to invest passively. You earn your W-2 income and you invest it into stock markets. I don't understand the stock market very well, so I was not very comfortable with that. I wanted to invest in something that I understood well, some sort of investment that I could control. And in my journey, actually, I realized that real estate would be a good starting point for me because I gained a lot of knowledge about real estate. I loved the fact that I could control my assets. I loved the fact that I could shape the way my investment was performing, unlike investing in a particular stock in a company wherein even though, they say that you're still a partner in that company or you're still a part owner of that company because you've bought a stock of that company, but really you're not making the decisions that will put the, pull the company forward, and you really don't know what's going on in their board. For me, that was very lucrative. And so that's why I decided to get into real estate. I obviously had to get a lot of information, a lot of knowledge about real estate before I could start investing. And I think that's very important regardless of what you do. See, I'm a physician, and for me to become a physician, it took me a very long time to go through all of the education, all of the practice before I could actually start seeing patients. Similarly, I believe that, for any investment, you should have sound education and you should have sound knowledge of what's available before you start doing whatever you want to do with your money. And I think that's where I figured that, getting high quality information would be very beneficial. So I did go through a lot of mentors. I have a lot of friends who are in real estate, and this has been a long process for me. These are, just like with anything that happens, any knowledge that you gain, there is a process of gathering that information, and there's a process of your brain actually processing that information and making new connections. And what I've realized over the last 2 years or 3 years that I've been kind of in this space is that I have a very, very deep understanding of real estate now than what I did before. And, even in the last 6 to 8 months, I've gained a lot more information about it. I have made a lot more connections in real estate. I have come across many more successful people in real estate. I've also come across people who've had challenges with real estate, and that's important because then you learn from their challenges. And I've learned from their challenges. This is not to say that, in my investment journey, I'm not going to get challenges or I'm not going to face difficulties. In fact, I am currently facing a difficulty with one of the assets that I own. There was an unexpected problem with one of the tenants, and obviously I'm having to pay extra for that. But these are things that you learn across. But these are things that you learn as you go along. So this has been a very exciting journey for me, and a bit of, I just wanted to share my background of where I've come from and what I do. I am still working as a full-time physician right now. On the side, I'm doing my real estate investment. Now we have a team that I formed because we're looking at larger assets. And the important thing is that when you start looking at bigger and bigger assets, you realize that you do require a lot of collaboration. You require a bigger team to work with you to help you grow and scale. And this is not necessarily about the fact that it's my ulterior motive and it's only for me to grow. It becomes important for all of the people involved to grow. And one of the episodes, I will be bringing on my team as well to show what we're doing, kind of take you behind the scenes and show you how we structure our team, what we do and how we move forward. But I think it's important to understand that human society as a whole is more collaborative. And when you start collaborating with people versus competing with people, you grow faster overall. And that has been the most exciting part of my journey in real estate, is the amount of collaboration and the amount of help that I have received, growing, for my personal growth, and also how I'm helping other people grow. So this podcast is a way of sort of giving back and helping others who are just starting out in real estate or actually in passive investing, because, I have also explored other facets of passive investing outside of stocks. I will get somebody on who's kind of works in the stock market, but obviously that is not my focus at this point in time. My focus very clearly is real estate. But I will be bringing that person on to kind of talk about his perspective on the stock market. I want to be able to bring experts in their fields on this podcast so that you understand the different facets that are available to you about real estate. And not only that, it helps me gain my knowledge as well. And so the way I look at this podcast is that I am trying to bring in guests that I think would also help me grow my knowledge base so that I am a more prudent investor and I have more options available to me. I think that is the key of investing, is having that knowledge, which gives you an edge over people who do not have knowledge. One of the challenges that I face and that I see happening is that when I earn my W-2 income, most of my money goes away in taxes. In fact, that's the biggest expense that I have in my life right now are my taxes. So I have to find a way to kind of offset these taxes so that either I start making more money, and that just means that I'm trading my time for money in a job, or I have to find other ways to make money. And so what is the other way of doing it? It boils down to either having your money make money for you, getting a higher hourly rate paid to you. But, the thing is that when you have this higher hourly rate paid to you, it's still taxed at a very high level. And the challenge becomes that you still get only a very small fraction of it. When you have your money make money for you, or as we say, passive investing, that's actually taxed at a lower level. And once I realized this part that, having passive investments is sort of better than having an active W-2, that's when the shift happened, when I realized that I need to start doing that instead of just putting my money in the bank. We need to make this money work. This is not to say that a W-2 is not important. I think it is important till you hit a critical mass, that once you have your investments large enough or your investment portfolio large enough that it starts paying for your lifestyle choices that you make, that's when you can say that you've sort of reached that financial freedom. And then it's not about the necessity to work, it's the option of working. Now, I don't see myself retiring anytime soon. In fact, I do not want to retire because I do not want to sit at home and just keep watching TV or doing something else. But what I want to do is focus on things that are more meaningful to me. And the only way I see that happening is that once I have a way of earning income that is not tied to me, putting in these hours into any job that I do. This is not to say that I don't love my job. I really love what I do. I think it brings a lot of value to the society. As a physician, I'm able to help people, but I'm trying to find a way where I can help more people than what I currently do. And I think that's the way to look at life, is that you need to be able to be in a situation where you're doing what you want to do rather than what you need to do to make your ends meet. And so that's why I'm investing in real estate and eventually in other asset classes, which I will be diversifying into later, so that I have a stream of income coming in to kind of fulfill my living expenses. But at the same time, I'm able to do things that are going to be more meaningful to me and also bring value to the society in a different way. So I look forward to having you listen to my show, and I will look forward to your feedback on my podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Immigrant Doctor Podcast. If you would like to learn more, head to www.theimmigrantdoctor.com. See you again soon on another episode and another amazing journey.